The gate dropped for MX2 Race 1. Romain Febvre grabbed the Foxhead Hole Shot Award as he rounded out the first turn, but it was not long before he came under attack from the 122 of Dylan Ferrandis, the 200 of Arnold Tonus, and the 84 of Jeffrey Herlings, as Tixier was already clear at the head of the field. Arnold Tonus started his march towards the front, found himself in second place, nudging aside his teammate, Dylan Ferrandis, the two connecting, and Ferrandis almost going down. Tonus then went through on the 911 of Jordi Tixier, and that put him in the lead on lap 7. Jeffrey Herlings also caught his Red Bull KTM teammate Jordi Tixier and found an easy route through on lap 11. 4 laps to go, and Arnold Tonus on the CLS Kawasaki fell from the lead, handing the advantage to Jeffrey Herlings, who didn't throw it away, and he came home to win in race 1. Tonus was second, Tixier third. MXGP race 1. Nagel didn't get a jump up the inside, but Gauthier Paulin tried to squeeze the HRC rider as Antonio Cairoli grabbed the Foxhead Hole Shot. Stephen Frossard, Max Nagel and Jake Nichols fell on the first lap and have to work their way through the field. Max Nagel finding a way through on Sean Simpson. That put him up into 9th place, around about the midpoint. Evgeny Bobashev started in 6th and would stay there until a lap to go before being passed by Xavier Borg on the 24 MX Honda. Todd Waters, Tenno Leop and Davide Guarnieri battled down the lower order for 16th, 17th, 18th position as Van Hoorbeek fell from 3rd with 2 laps to go, handing the advantage to Kevin Strybos. But Gauthier Paulin led every single one of the 16 laps on his Monster Energy Kawasaki. He went on to take the checkered flag, a comfortable winner from Antonio Cairoli, Red Bull KTM, and Kevin Strybos, Rockstar Energy Suzuki. Jeremy Van Hoorbeek was 4th, and Odessa was 5th in race 1. Slightly different racetrack greeted the riders at the start of MX2 Race 2 as the rain started to fall. A few riders went down. Valentin Guyot, Mel Pocock, Jeremy Sewer, Magni Klingsheim getting caught up in that. Jeffrey Herlings, though, found a way past Arnold Tonus in the opening laps to lead. So it was the two-time champion leading the championship leader. Third at the early stages of the race was 461 Romain Febvre, with Tim Geiser having a good ride in 4th, eventually moving up to 3rd briefly before falling back to 4th. But Romain Febvre, though, was in 3rd for much of the race, but then he made a mistake and would drop down to 5th as Jeffrey Herlings looked in control at the head of the field. Arnold Tonus, though, started to close in, but just ran out of time, and Jeffrey Herlings went on to win race 2. Tonus was 2nd, Tixier 3rd, Ferrandis 4th, Romain Febvre was 5th. The overall round looks like this. Herlings winning his 4th GP of the season. Tonus was 2nd, Tixier was 3rd. First time to visit for the podium for him. And the championship looks like this. Tonus has his lead cut to 4 points. Herlings is 2nd, Koldenov drops to 3rd. Your overall podium here in Bulgaria: Jeffrey Herlings, Red Bull KTM Factory Racing; Arnold Tonus, CLS Kawasaki Monster Energy; and Jordi Tixier, Red Bull KTM Factory Racing. Of course, Arnold Tonus still leads the championship. He will head to Valkenswaard as the championship leader.
I mean, it was already way better. You know, I spent some more time on the bike this week, and you know, that's what I've really been missing. And starts for a ride this weekend, not great, but was good enough. And never could out with the Red Bull KTM race team. Those guys did a great job, and this was obviously really tough, you know, in the rain. You know, it's raining really bad now here, and it was like ice, and not used to it, but Arno did a great job, and he rode really good, and glad to have won this moto and closing the championship to 4 points, and looking forward to home GP in Valkenswaard.
When you saw that rain coming down in at the beginning of the race, what was going through your mind?
It's like, oh no, because you know, moto's my weak point. I remember in Brazil 2 years ago, I made like 20 points in the GP in both motos, so it was really tough for me. I'm not used to it, and to come out with 2 moto wins, it's awesome.
A wet track for MXGP Race 2. A good start was needed, and once again it was Red Bull KTM of Antonio Cairoli that grabbed the Foxhead Hole Shot as Stephen Frossard went out again on the first lap. Clement de Sal was in second, Van Hoorbeek was third, Paulin was fourth, and Max Nagel was fifth. But him and Sean Simpson got into a bit of bother in the early stages whilst fighting for fifth and sixth, and then they tangled in front of pit lane, both riders losing valuable positions. Gauthier Paulin tried to make a charge at the head of the field on the opening laps whilst in fourth, but then just lost the toe on the front three guys. Antonio Cairoli here, Van Hoorbeek and Clement de Sal, and that's pretty much how it would stay for the majority of the race. Matis Caro crashed twice, once with Todd Waters the second time on his own due to a front brake locking up. Tony Cairoli, though, mastered the muddy conditions, and eventually he came over the line to win race 2 from Jeremy Van Hoorbeek, Clement de Sal and Gauthier Paulin. And Tony Cairoli wins for the first time in the MXGP class. His last victory here was in 2007 in MX2. Gauthier Paulin was second, Van Hoorbeek was third. Antonio Cairoli lives here with 222 points. De Sal losing ground this weekend, second. Van Hoorbeek still third in the championship. But Tony Cairoli, your overall winner. Gauthier Paulin was second. Jeremy Van Hoorbeek was third. Of course, Tony Cairoli controls the championship. He heads to Valkenswaard in 2 weeks' time with the championship lead.
I don't know, I was riding good, you know, only the last 2-3 laps I almost crashed and on the one downhill, and then my front slide away, and then I had to put the ankle down, and I feel a little crack again, but I always feel all the time I hit it. I hope it's not, I mean, it's nothing special, it's just, you know, it takes long before it's healing. So, but anyway, I'm really happy. You know, last time I won in Bulgaria was 2007, so the GP. So it's quite a long time ago, and I'm happy. You know, everything is going well. Also, my ankle is, I mean, only on this case was pain, but all the rest of the weekend was very good. So I hope I can now train a little bit in the sand, because you know, it's the next race is on the sand, and enjoy the next GP in Valkenswaard.